Oh, it's good. We're good to go.
I forgot the battery.
Oh, okay, but it's recording already
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Sketchy Lounge. Wow, we've been filming a lot of them this week. Today I got Tyler on. Tyler Galvan. Is that how you say your last name? I
yeah.
haven't.
Galvan,
I always
yeah.
ask people as soon as they get on the show, like, hey, how do you pronounce your last name?
Yeah, it's funny because like even like my skate contests and stuff, they always say Galvin, like just
Oh
because
no
like yeah,
shit.
because like they go oh white skin, like he's a white boy, say it like that. It's like nah, it's
I was like, hey,
yeah,
Tyler. Oh,
yeah
Galvin.
Galvin. Like if you always watch the recaps of the videos, like it always says like Galvin. It's like nah, it's Galvan's the way to say it.
You want that camera in the frame?
Yeah, we always have it in the frame.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh shit. Alright, cool. You good.
yeah. Well, anyway, I was gonna ask. So when you skate these runs and competitions and stuff, do they let you pick songs when you're going? Because I mean I saw that in a couple like skater movies like Lord of Dogtown and stuff.
Yeah, no.
I was wondering that.
I mean, some contests kind of do.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you kind of go, like, if you're cool with the dudes and you go to them, like, hey, man, can you play this? Like, usually, other than that, they just kind of play a bunch of random stuff. But I usually have my headphones in where I can kind of get in my own zone and just kind of go with my music.
See, that's like I love skating with music too.
Yeah,
Sometimes I feel like it like it's not distracts me.
I
But
feel like it kind of puts me more in the zone.
yeah, like it'll get me in the zone. Maybe because when you're skating street, you kind of get nervous.
Yeah, like you got to worry
in
about
the
the
streets.
cars, you got to worry about
Yeah.
pedestrians, so it's always something. So like for me, like putting headphones on and kind of being in my own zone, kind of like
Yeah.
kind of takes me away from the distractions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, especially with like pressure of competition. I entered like I was never really in the skating competition, but I still try it. When they have the little struggle ones right here, and like
Yeah.
at God's Gang, dude, I hated it. I'd go in and it would kill me quick, man.
Nah, it's funny because I usually never used to like contests. I hated them growing up. But I don't know. Lately, they've been real fun. I guess just because I kind of learned how to, I guess, play the game, in it.
Yeah.
So once you kind of learn the strategy and how they judge stuff, it kind of gets a little easier as you go. My main thing always doing contests was always kind of the mental thing going into it. Like, dang, like, can I keep up with these dudes? Like, if they can take me out, so it's always one thing. But now, I just kind of learn just just have fun as I go. So
Damn, well, see, that's sick, man.
Yeah,
See, that's,
so-
that's I guess you got to figure out little techniques to get
yeah,
that stuff.
that was always my thing, is just trying to find the right technique into getting it into the contest skating. Like for me, it was always either park or street. Mainly streets, but yeah, like contests now, like they just been a lot of fun lately. Especially I've been winning a couple, so it's like
Oh yeah, no, especially because
yeah. So it's like once I learned like. Once you win a couple and you learn, all right, this is how they judge, style based, tricks. So it's just like you kind of learn how to play the game as you go. So
Shit, yeah.
it's pretty cool.
You got to be consistent.
Yeah,
Man. That's
so
the
it's
sick part.
like, but for me, like consistency is not the hard part. It's the mental game going into it. It's always the hard part going into a contest. Like the jitters, you get the nerves, So it's always something. But it's pretty cool though.
Yeah, no, that's a rush right there. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a rush. And wow, so like, okay, so I was talking about consistency and stuff like that. I want to go into like video filming for videos. Do you have any parts you're working on right now or anything?
I actually have one part coming out pretty soon. We're pretty much majority way done with it for Slappy's Garage. It's actually my skate shop sponsor in San Diego. That video should be coming out pretty soon. And then I just started a new project. This one's kind of more for myself. And like I keep telling everybody, this is kind of the part I'm pretty much trying to throw it all on the line. Like where someone watching, like, damn, that's the best part he's probably gonna throw out. Like, and that's what I want, like. So I've been working on two of them right now. Slappy's one's almost done, and the one I'm working for myself is actually a project that we just started. So hopefully within, I want to say before next year. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but trying to stack as much footy as I can to see how it goes. But yeah, so far we got a couple projects in the works plus these contests. So trying to stay busy.
So like, how's that going? Are you filming in a lot of spots locally? Are you just going out everywhere, like SD, maybe other states?
Usually, I mean, I try to keep it. I try to like to throw in some local spots, so people can kind of see like, oh, like the Valley has some spots. Like, where's that at? Like, come down here, I'll show you. But there's always, usually I'm in San Diego majority of the time, or we'll go to LA here and there. Phoenix actually has a lot of dope spots. Phoenix and Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Yuma.
Yeah,
lately.
Yuma has a lot of spots. It's actually pretty dope. Like I have a couple homies out there too. They usually kind of show us around whenever we go. But yeah, downtown Yuma has like a good nice there and stuff. So like there's always a good different varieties.
Shit.
But yeah, usually like if we're not San Diego, we're in LA or something. But yeah, like I try to show the local spots off as much as possible.
Oh yeah, no, we got sun spots here.
Yeah,
Not a lot, but
it's funny because a lot of spots we do have, we have to take like wood and stuff for the landing. So,
yeah,
like,
I know.
it's like
Especially the slabs.
Yeah,
Especially the
yeah. Slabs.
Yeah, that's like my hometown spot right there,
Especially
man.
there. It's funny because like it's you see a lot of people throwing recognition out, out there too, and like Nigel was just out there not so long ago, King of the Roads,
Corey,
so,
King of the Road,
and then
Bam was out there.
Creature was out there, David Gravan, everybody. So
oh no way, I didn't know that one.
Yeah,
No,
me and Jordan Morning were actually out there when they first came.
Oh wow.
And man, yeah, that was one of the dopest trips. That was
I would have been super stoked to know that David Gravet was out there.
They came out here. Actually, they came out here, I think, for the King of the Roads.
Okay.
I think it was like maybe
the previous one
ago.
before
like a couple years ago. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. It was like around the time when Cheap Trick Skate Shop was around.
Oh wow, okay, that was a while back.
That was a while.
That was a good shop. I missed their mini ramp.
Dude, you know what? And it's funny because Ernie, the owner, is still my homie. Like, so whenever I talk to him, I always mention that like, where's the mini ramp at?
Yeah, I think I came in the strangers one day. I was like, hey man, you guys still got your mini ramps? Like, if you guys like don't use it anymore, I'll still buy it off you. Like, like man, I gave it away already. I was like, oh
yeah, I was like, no. It's funny because he was supposed to give it to the bourgeois dudes to throw in their shop, but I don't know what happened.
It just
somehow disappeared. I was like, no, like that would have been the perfect setup right there.
Yeah, no, I think I've only skated that mini ramp twice. After that, I've always wanted my own mini ramp at the house.
Yeah, no, we used to skate that mini ramp all the time. He used to let me and Jordan Morning stay the night at the shop like some nights. So man, we used to go buy beer at the liquor store down the street, go back to the shop, and just skate the mini ramp until literally until like 7 in the morning before we're like, all right, let's take a quick nap before the sun comes out actually, and like, but so yeah, we had a lot of great memories at the skate shop.
Damn, that sounds like a shitload of fun. I remember their old location. Do you remember the old little house they used to have?
Yeah,
that was pretty sick
like,
spot.
It was like literally like I think a block or two away from where the actual Main Street one was.
Yeah, no, it was close.
Yeah, so like close. That spot was actually dope. Dang, that's crazy. I always forget about they were there. Yeah, it's funny because that was actually my first sponsor ever.
Oh no way!
Yeah,
Cheap
it started off with Cheap Tricks, and then after that it's been Bourgeois. I think I've been sponsored by Bourgeois since I was like 19 maybe.
Huh.
So yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Bourgeois has been around for a long time. I remember I picked up my first Bourgeois sweater in 06 from Driscolls.
Dang,
and I didn't even know it was a local thing.
Yeah, I didn't either. You know what? It's funny because I would always see like they would always throw like posters and stuff around like the towns or like little their little arts and stuff. And I would really wonder, like, what's bourgeois? Like, then, like, when I finally met the dudes, like, a few years later, it's like, damn, okay, like, I know who you guys are. Like, you're local? Like, I didn't know that. Like, I always thought they were, like, a San Diego company that were, like, here or something. Or,
yeah, same here.
Kind of like an LRG, like, so I kind of thought they were just a name brand until, like, I actually met the dudes. I was like, oh, never mind. Like, it's local.
No, yeah, they got good stuff, man. I remember, I don't know, who's the guy that's on their sweater? Do you know? Because, it's the guy with the spiky hair, and he's all over the wall in Strangers.
You know what? I've
always wanted to know.
They told me last time I was there too, and I always forget. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's one of the brothers.
Oh, it's one of them though.
Yeah, it's one of them. Like, it's pretty cool. I think like another one, it kind of looks like a Dennis the Menace somewhat, but I think it's one of the kids too, and like out of the family. But yeah, it's pretty cool though.
Yeah, damn man, a lot of cool local stuff that would go on. It's not at. Were you skating around the time where they were doing like the first struggle showdowns, maybe the second annual, third annual?
Like around around the God's Gang days, right? Like
before.
Before,
like 05, 06.
They would have a lot of them like in Broadway.
Yeah, they were packed.
Yeah.
I saw an old picture the other day. I pulled it up on the internet. I think it's somewhere on there. I have it on my Instagram actually. It was so packed. The whole Driscoll's parking lot just.
Yeah, even the ones like when they would have like the little Driscoll showdowns, like right there where they have the little premieres, like they would get packed though.
Yeah,
and they would just have a couple flat bars just like to mess around at, and like people would still show up though.
Yeah, it goes to show like how much it's really died down here in the valley. Yeah, in the valley at least.
Man, that's the one bad thing about the valley is like the skate community kind of just died out.
It dwindled big time.
It kind of sucks though because we don't really have a core skate shop here either. To kind of like push the skate community. So, that's kind of always the bad thing. Like Driscoll's, I think, was our one local skate shop.
I would go there for all my skate parks.
Yeah, and like now, I don't even think they even sell skateboards. Like the only place we go is Zoomies or Vans. If you're gonna buy a board, but other than that, like we don't have no core local skate shops, which is kind of the only bad thing because those are skate shops that kind of
Yep,
push
that's
the skate community. You know,
yeah.
what I
They
mean?
keep
So,
the events going and everything.
yeah, so Highbox was a Highbox skate shop. I think was the only skate shop recently.
Yeah, that's the only one
Yeah,
so
that
far.
kind of
that's
opened
been-
up, like local wise, besides Driscolls and they were always throwing contests and they were always kind of doing little get-togethers, which was cool. That brought the skate community together, and that's what the Valley really needs. But yeah, I feel like the Valley skate scene doesn't really get as much shine as it should. Especially, there's a lot of talent here.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's a lot of good talent here, and like I tell everybody, like no one really looks over the mountains, to look for talent down here. They kind of look San Diego is like the farthest, LA, but they don't ever look over the mountains.
Yeah, it's super overlooked here. I know a couple older people, like maybe 5 generations ahead of me, and they're super talented, whether it be music, art, or painting. I'm like, dude, how come like you haven't
never
tried? Like,
noticed.
yeah, no one's
and,
noticed
like,
you. Like,
and like I see people from like older generation to younger generations, that like you said, go from art, to music, and it's just like, dude, like how did you never get noticed? Like I've seen like even like my homies, I have a lot of good homies that have a lot of good art, it's just like, dude, like you guys need to get noticed, so it's kind of cool now, I get to see some of my homies that are talented at art, they're doing like they're doing shops, so like they're doing a few artworks for shops here and there, painting insides and stuff.
sick,
So like
props.
yeah,
Props.
props
Yeah.
is one of them. I have another homie, Mario Diaz, sewer. He's actually another one.
shit.
So like it's cool to see the homies put the homies art actually getting noticed. The recognition they deserve. Because a lot of them are really good.
See, that's what's up, man. It's always good to see like someone just like getting
Yeah,
out there.
you know what I mean? Like
I get stoked when I see.
yeah,
that.
that's my thing. If I see a homie succeeding, it's like like it kind of pushes you a little bit. It's like, dude, hell yeah, like I like that. I like to see that. You don't ever want to see your homies go down.
Oh, no, never.
like you said, you always want to support it, especially the local homies. Like you always want to support it. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, man. Then Sidewinder too. I'd expect Sidewinder to be more packed.
yeah, it's funny because like the first year it was packed, and
Yeah.
then like just kind of like Brawley Skate Park, it kind of just dies.
Oh yeah, no,
it,
it's definitely
it
dead.
kind of just
yeah.
dies down. Brawley Park now, Brawley Park's always dead. Like even when I go like to
3 or 4
practice, like,
kids, man.
maybe
Yeah.
but like other than that, there'll be kids there like just drinking majority of the time, just chilling. But like I said, the skate scene kind of just died over the couple years.
Yeah, no, big time. Those numbers just dropped.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like especially Brawley Park was the only park that was around for a while. So like that's where everybody went. Like,
Yeah, I remember the events. I remember when Christian Nasoy, Brian Summers was there. And that was sick.
that was the opener.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had another one. The Skate Mafia dudes actually came.
Yeah, that was down. They went to the Brawley Park too.
Yeah, there was
Oh, no
Peter
shit.
Smolik,
Uh-huh.
Brandon Turner, Nick Tucker, Wes Kramer, Kellen James. Yeah, they all came.
Was that around the same time they went to the Driscolls when
that
they were doing
was
the
yeah.
product toss?
They did. It was actually right after that.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was right after that. They threw. I mean, it wasn't really like a demo, but like they
Yeah, it
they
was-
kind of had like a big skate sesh, just at the Brawley Park because that was the only park around at the time. But
yeah.
it was actually pretty dope. Peter Smolik and everybody were there. That was actually the reason they came down because we knew Peter Smolik. So like,
Oh shit.
yeah, so they actually came down, to show some love. So it was actually cool. Kind of like brought a little bit of light to the fucking skate scene that we needed. So
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember like, oh shit, Skate Mafia.
yeah,
Like,
it's,
over
like,
here?
it's cool. Like even the Birdhouse team when they came, like that
Wait,
was.
Birdhouse came.
Yeah, that's when like it was Brian Sumner, Willie Santos. Like,
Okay, he came when Christian Nasoy came,
They-
right?
yeah,
Okay, that was.
no, they came
Oh,
before.
they came again?
Yeah, they came. Actually, it was Brawley opening.
Okay, no
Brawley's Park
shit.
opener. They were the team to show up was the Birdhouse team.
Okay, I wasn't skating around that time, so I probably never
around the
noticed
Birdhouse
that.
team. And I remember I wasn't really skating that much around that
Uh-huh.
time. Like that time, I was always into football, so skating was always kind of like a side hobby.
Uh-huh.
So we went to the park during the openings. My older brother used to skate all the time, so he was the reason why we would go. So when I went, yeah, it was a Brawley Park opener, and they had like Brian Sumner and everybody there. They had a couple bands performing, so it was really cool. But
no way.
yeah, I've seen a lot of random teams pull up to that skate park. Like Anti-Hero showed up before. I met the Zero Mystery team and Fallen. Like,
shit.
yeah, so there's been a lot of random teams just to stop by, which is pretty cool. So. Like kind of like the Central Park, like people passing through Arizona, now they stop there.
Oh,
and
Leticia before.
yeah, I was gonna say like
there.
Leticia
Yeah,
was
that
just there not
that
too
was
long
cool.
ago. It's like Dude, I remember I was at work. Everyone sending me pictures. I was like, no way. I was like, dude, I'll be right there. I was like,
Yeah, I
oh my
remember,
god.
dude, I was so bummed out one day. I was working with that Vons, I was
Yeah.
in the deli, and I was planning to go skate the slabs this one day, right? And then whoever was manager, I'm not gonna say names, had called me in like, Ryan, someone didn't show up. I need to work. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go do something today. He's like, well, I really need you. I'm like, all right, yeah. And I go work. I'm closing, right? I'm on Snapchat. Someone says me Corey Duffel was skating the slabs the same day I was going. And that was one of my favorite skaters. He still is today. And I was just heartbroken, man. I was like, I'm stuck here. And
It's funny because I used to work in the meat department at Vons, and the Zero team came down to Mexicali. My homie hit me. He was like, hey, bro. He's like, come skate with us. He's like, Jamie Thomas, everybody's over here. Like, come on. I was like, bro, like, I'm stuck at work right now. I was like, I don't think there's any way I could get out of this, you know? So
dude, Jamie Thomas is actually in Nyland one time.
yeah, well, when they came down to film Let the Good Times Roll, maybe a few years ago. I think I was 19. I want to say maybe around like 2012, 2013. And that was the first time I've ever met them. And they went from Calipat, and they were skating Calipat skate park for a little bit.
No way.
So,
What did you think of that spot?
Dude, it's funny because I asked them the same thing when they got to Brawley. They said, oh, yeah, some kids came up to us and said, hey, there's a better park like a couple miles away. Like, if you guys want to go check it out. So I asked Jamie about, how they thought about Calipat. He's like, dude, it's just random. He said, so little. I was like, dude, trust me. Like, I used to live in Calipat for a couple years. I was like, so I used to skate that park.
Yeah, you
like,
can't get no lines.
Yeah,
right
you know
there.
what I mean? I was like, dude, it's just like those two little things and that's it. But yeah, I met him in Brawley maybe a couple about 2012, 2013, but they're actually really cool dudes. That's actually
like it.
Yeah, I met one of my friends through them. His name is Chad Foreman. He was actually one of the dudes that ran the whole Mystery and Fallen. So he was the one that kind of put me on for Fallen and Mystery at the time. So they were flowing me for about a good year before Mystery kind of crashed down. But
that's sick.
yeah, so
I remember
usually
Mystery.
Mystery was always one of my favorites. That was the first board I've ever had. So
that was when you mentioned Zero earlier. That was one of my first skate videos I watched. It was Zero New Blood. And there's a little mystery part in there. That was my first skate video.
Chris Cole's part in that will forever be my favorite.
Oh yeah, definitely. Dude. He has the blonde hair and everything.
Dude, yeah, I swear, like I could watch the tray flip down Wallenberg about 100 times.
That's what I'm talking about.
I've been to that spot. That's why, and that spot is
it's bigger in same in person.
It's
huge.
No joke. Like you look down and you're like, dude, how did anybody do anything down?
He was a big battle trying to get that tray flip too.
And it's cool because even he back 3'd it, and even Andrew Reynolds back 3'd it. So like when I first went there, I think it was around maybe I was like 16 at the time, 17. And my friend from over there he's actually from San Francisco, so he knew all the spots. So he's like, hey, you guys want to go check out Wallenberg? My first thought was like, yes. Like I was like, maybe I could ollie it, maybe I could hill flip it. If anything, we got there. I was like, no, like. This thing, I don't know, like I can't even over exaggerate. It was super long. Like my mind, like I can't even ollie this. Like this is just crazy.
Would you ever go back and try it now?
Honestly, if I had a ramp to like kind of roll down, I probably would try something like maybe back hill or a hill flip down it. Like
it looks huge. On
yeah,
camera.
well, I mean, especially those were already done by Lindsay Robertson, but even still, just to kind of have a tribute trick to down it, it's just like just even get a trick down, it's just a legendary spot. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, San Francisco is probably like one of my favorite cities though. That's
never been that way.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Man, one place you should definitely go. That like not even just skate spot wise, like even scenery wise. Like we walked around like the forest and stuff. Like beautiful city.
Wow. Yeah, no, I gotta head that way.
Yeah, they're in Oakland. Oakland's actually a lot of people say Oakland's real ghetto.
Oh, the Raider Nation.
Yeah, Raider Nation right there. But yeah, Oakland was actually a really kind of crazy. It was not really crazy, but it was just kind of wild. Like there was a lot of people everywhere. It was real busy all the time. Like I'm more used to San Diego being a little chiller, so when I went to a bigger city like that, it was just way different. But it was pretty cool.
Damn. So we were talking about the skate scene dwindling, right? I was gonna ask you a quick question. You gonna watch mid-90s? Jonah Hill's mid-90s?
You know what? I've been falling into that a lot lately. Like, I watched Jonas Hill's interview on The Breakfast Club. And just the way, like, he lays down, like, why he made the movie and, like, what even gave him the influence. Like, for me, I didn't even know, Jonah Hill even skated back in the days, So,
it surprised me.
It was real cool to hear his side of the perspective and how skateboarding, like, changed his life and, how to impact it. So, for me, mid-90s, kind of reflected a lot of my life too. You know, just skateboarding wise, like dang, like I remember going through all that.
Yeah,
like,
see, that's the best kind of skate movie we need.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
cheesy
You know
like
what?
Grind.
And that
Grind
was-
is cheesy.
Yeah, Grind was more of a cheesy kind of skate movie. This is more of a skate movie that kind of brings the light on like kind of the true meaning of skateboarding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's what I kind of picture. Like even watching the trailer, like I've been really looking forward to the movie coming out. But you know, once I watch it, that's like one of the main things. Like, dude, like I feel like even hearing like Jonah Hill's interviews, like he even says like, you know, like the way he says it, it's like the true meaning of skateboarding.
Yeah,
you know?
he
So
sounds
it's like,
legit. A lot of people are doubting him.
Exactly. You know what? Like when I first heard of it, and the cool thing was, he actually got like actual pro skateboarders to play the roles. You know, all the starting actors are all pro skate, or some are pro skaters, some are just like amateurs that are really good. But you know, so I always thought that was a real cool thing. How he reached out to the skate community, kind of pulled it in instead of getting some actors who never even stepped foot on a skateboard, you know, trying to act like it. So
Yeah, and they actually did pretty good watching the trailer.
yeah,
like,
you know,
they act
that's
great.
what I was saying. You know, like even watching the trailer, like they're not actors, but dude, they
Yeah.
played such an amazing role, which is actually pretty cool. So, you know, like I said, mid '90s is actually a movie I'm really looking forward to. You know, like I said, it
Yeah,
kind of
same
brings out
here.
the true meaning of skateboarding.
Yeah, I'm
which-
hoping to actually get some kids in the skateboarding.
yeah,
like, they
you know,
see that,
like,
and they're like, hey.
because like you know, like I said, there hasn't really been a good skate movie. You know, like everybody brings up Grind.
Yeah, Lords of Dogtown was good, but
Yeah.
it wasn't our era.
Yeah,
growing up
exactly.
at all.
Lords of Dogtown spoke more like an era that started it all.
Yeah.
You know, so like now we need an era that kind of established after. You know, like the whole street skating and everything like is what established now. You know, like Lords of Dogtown is what brought it up. You know, I feel like mid '90s is kind of like the introduction of the true meaning of skateboarding, like
Yep.
for this generation. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm stoked. I'm excited to watch that one.
Yeah, you know, I like even when I first watched the trailer, I was like, dude, that's like I can't miss that at all.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get the day off for that one.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Calling sick. No shit, dude, that's crazy. I mean, it's more evolved. Like the Lords of Dogtown, it was like the old school shapes and stuff, and this one, like,
Yeah, like
actually,
like Lords of Dogtown, like they were more like power slides.
They were
and
old
stuff like that.
surfers.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
they
you know
used
what
to
I mean.
surf,
So yeah,
yeah.
so you know, mid '90s, like I said, it brings more of the new generations. You know, like where the tricks started coming along, where people started going to the streets. You know, with everything.
and I saw some hijinks and partying in there too.
Yeah, you
so I
know,
was like,
so
oh,
like,
shit,
but
that's
it's
what's
cool
up.
because like if you're around during that era and you kind of like really saw like that was the lifestyle at the time. You know,
Yeah,
so
like growing up. Like,
yeah, you know, like I remember watching like Carl Watson and everybody like. That's kind of like how they live too, you know, like the whole shorty scene. Like if they went out and toured, like I remember watching the 411 videos and like pretty much that's what it always was, you know. It was always just like pure street skateboarding and then partying, you know. So like everything, like I got the vibes off mid '90s was kind of like I got growing up, you know. So like
that's sick.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
I've never seen a 411 video.
Oh, what?
Never.
Oh,
I've never picked
man.
one up. I always hear about them while I'm watching Nine Club. I'm like, oh yeah, the old 411. And I'm
It's
like,
funny because even Nine Club, like a lot of dudes they have are a lot of skaters that were on for.
Yeah, they're all old school. I know, not old school, but like, you know, that previous era. You know, like I noticed that's where a lot of them are from. Raj is a filmer apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
He
that's
used to film a lot, so
yeah.
like it's pretty dope. Like I remember those were like actually the first videos I watched growing up, were the 411s and then the old San Diego videos. And San Diego, you know, is the skate shop, so it's just like
Okay.
now when I think about it, all the pro skaters I watched, I used to watch back then. Not even realizing, you know, they were like barely like flow or amateurs. So
Oh,
like,
shit.
you know, now to see them pros like Mary Sullivan and Wes Kramer, you know, I used to watching the old San Diego videos. They were like kids. They were like 13, 14. So like to see them now, you know, like Wes Kramer has his own shoes. Mary Sullivan's like real successful, you know. So it's always just real trippy to kind of see where kind of
Yeah.
life takes you, you know.
Oh,
So
shit. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
yeah,
man.
it's actually cool, you know, just to see like a lot of skaters, you know, still doing it now. You know, like they didn't quit, they didn't, you know, give up on it. They kind of just stayed with it, which
Oh yeah, it never leaves you. Some
Yeah,
some
you
people
know
never
what I mean?
leave you.
Like, like I heard, you know, you don't get old when you know, skateboarding doesn't make you old. You get old when you stop skateboarding. So
Yep,
it's like, you
exactly.
know, which is true, dude. I know one of my homies. He's like 32. And if you look at him, he looks like he's like 25. And like, I swear, I thought he was my age for the longest. I was like, how old are you? He's like, I'm 32. I was like, no way. I was like, dude, like,
well, how old are you right now?
I'm 25.
Oh no, shit.
Yeah.
I'm 27. I'm not too much
Oh,
older.
okay, yeah. So
I'd say, yeah, dude. Like skateboarding keeps you young. I
yeah,
hear.
you know, that's like like a lot of people tell me too, like, do you still look like you're 17? I'm like, dude, skateboarding does it.
It's
Like,
skateboarding, man.
yeah, you guys want the trick skateboard, like that's how you do it.
Yeah, no, I mean it's important in a way. Like it teaches you consistency and
Yeah, you
and
know,
persistence and
exactly. And it's
you
not
know,
even, through skateboarding. Like, you take that through life also. It's just
it's like a martial art.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's just like
exactly.
learning karate or something.
Exactly. Like, you got Mr. Miyagi right there next to you. It's like, but it's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
like I tell people all the time, like skateboarding does have a lot of life lessons. Like you won't really think about it, but like it kind of teaches how much no matter how much you fall, you get back up and you keep pushing, you try it again. So
Yeah.
until you land it, so it's just like I kind of take that same thing into life, which is pretty cool.
So like, I mean, getting older and stuff like that when you're skating. I mean, we're not too much older, but are you feeling anything? Like any injuries or anything? Not
Man,
injuries,
I
some
real
parts of it
honest,
now?
I can feel it in my knees
Your
now.
knees?
Like, yeah, and especially for me, like I've been jumping down stuff forever, so like jumping down big stuff all the time and still trying to do it now, being 25. It's like it kind of took a toll on my knees. Like I could feel it all the time when I walk and stuff. But
Shit, yeah, it's ankles for me.
yeah, oh man,
I rolled my ankles a lot. back then.
see that's how I probably broke my ankles like 3 times. I've rolled them like countless times. I can't even remember how many times I rolled them. But yeah, so my ankles are kind of one thing I'm surprised that aren't really that messed up. But usually I kind of feel in my knees and somewhat my lower back. But I kind of stretch as much as I can every day, so it kind of helps out.
Yeah, that helps
more.
a little too. I always bring this up to people that come onto my podcast that skate. Have you tried any of the insoles, like the footprint ones, the Aaron Jaws Homoki ones?
I haven't. I heard they're really good.
I have some in my skate shoes. I've like landed primo a shitload of times, and usually when you land primo,
Yeah.
you get in those vulcanized soles, you get
like
fucked
instantly
up.
feel
No,
it.
you in these insoles, man, you hardly feel it.
I'm gonna have to buy those.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
I
get a
think
pair
the
for
only
it.
ones I bought were like the Walmart Dr. Scholl.
Yeah, Dr. Scholl's. I heard people do that too.
Scholl's.
Yeah,
So,
no, you don't get like the impact protection.
yeah, that's the
on
thing.
those,
Even when you buy the athletic ones, like they don't even like compare. But I had one of my friends buy the footprint insoles, and he was telling me the same thing. He's like, bro, I'm gonna buy them every time. He's like, they're so good. So especially for me, always taking impact. I kind of feel like I'm gonna try to invest one of these one time. So
yeah, no,
just
do
to
it,
see
man.
how it kind of feels.
No, do it. You would not regret it.
Yeah,
man.
especially
It's so
I
good.
mean, I'm gonna buy Jaws because if he could jump off, stuff
Exact-
that's like 20 stories, like obviously his feet.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Like-
obviously his feet are perfectly fine, so I'm gonna do the same thing.
Like this guy can jump the line 25 in these. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm gonna
like,
put these just to go off a curb or
Yeah.
something, and I'll be fine.
That's how I always feel about it. Like even watching, it's like, man, like if your feet could take that, like let me get those insoles. Let me see how my feet could do
dude,
it.
It's so fucking crazy how big the gaps he jumps. In.
Yeah, like they're like just the whole evolution of skateboarding is just it's just real crazy.
Bigger and
like
bigger and bigger.
even dudes like not even like like Jaws jumping down 25 stairs. You got dudes that are grinding like 40 stairs, kinked rails and stuff. So
Nigel's huge ass kink rail and his newest
Nigel's
video
one
part.
of them.
Yeah.
The new Element video that just came out, Tyson Peterson does it looks like a 6-flat-6 like kind of rail,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gaps over like another rail, which is just the craziest thing. Like, and it's like a good like 3 feet apart from each other. So it is like one of the
Oh yeah,
sketchiest
I gotta
grinds.
watch that part because I have been wanting to check out Evan Smith's part.
Yeah.
in that
Oh
video.
yeah. He's Evan Smith is the man. He's mind blowing right there. That's
Yeah.
that's one creative skater.
That dude's sick. Well, yeah, man. Told you the time was gonna pass by quick.
Yeah, that's actually fast.
We're already gonna be out of time. But is there any shout outs you want to give? Mention any project you're working on? Want to advertise anything? Plug it in right now. If you wanna...
Besides projects wise, I got Tampa Am coming up in a couple weeks. So I'm actually looking forward to. That's a kind of one lifetime opportunity right there. So it's just a blessing to even be invited. I give a shout out to all my sponsors that kind of helped me out: Bourgeois Clothing, Slappy's Garage, Quincy Woodwrights, Bearings, Blenders Eyewear. Everybody's kind of shown me so much love lately. So, lately just kind of trying to put as much work as I can. So hopefully everybody likes what I got stored in the future. Like I said, I got a couple of projects in the works. So hopefully everyone's there for the Slappy's Garage video premiere. They could check out my part and everybody else's. And then, like I said, I got my own personal part coming out pretty soon too. So once that's all said and done, we'll put a couple trailers out to kind of amp it up. And then Bourgeois Clothing kind of wants to throw a video premiere at the store. So we might have a kind of like a biggish event going on for that. And we'll probably just throw my part out just to kind of premiere it there. So, like I said, we got a lot of projects in the works. So
Nice.
you guys will see a lot from me in the future.
Cool, man. We'll all be looking forward to that, and good luck.
Yeah,
like
I
I'm pretty
appreciate
sure.
it. Thank you.
Good luck on the flight. I know you don't like heights.
That's the main one is the flight. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. You can check out Tyler's social media. I'll go ahead and put his Instagram tag right there and everything. And once again, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, let me turn it up. That was sick, man.